Hey everybody. It's been a long time since me and you talked, so I'm doing this video today because I just want to talk to you guys. I have my little notebook of things that I've written down that I wanted to talk about. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on all of them, but enough to where you can get where I'm coming from. I've been writing down things a lot more lately. I've been writing my dreams down. I started doing that in 2017. I've been writing my dreams down. I've been writing my thoughts down. Ideas. I've been writing a whole lot more down. They're usually in the notes of my phone, but for this video, I wrote some of the things I wanted to talk about in here. Dreams. I've been writing those down since 2017, and I don't know, when I wake up, sometimes I have the ability to vividly remember what I dreamt about. And when I wake up, I usually just immediately write my dreams down. I have three notes full of dreams at the moment. I don't remember them every night, but the nights that I do remember them, when I wake up, I try to write them down the best I can. That's been an experience in and of itself. I know there's scientists and stuff that talk about dreams and what they mean and all this, that, and the third, but I mean, to me, when it comes to dreams, they can be there for you to learn something from. Sometimes dreams are trying to teach you something, and in one of my dreams that I quote-unquote deciphered, I learned something. I used to have this recurring dream when I was a child that I was getting chased around my house by a person, but they had a monster truck head. And at the time, I can't really remember anything scary about monster trucks. I kind of liked them. But in the dream, when I was a child, I was scared of the monster truck headed person who was chasing me around the house, my house that I grew up in. And for a long time, I could not figure out why I was having the dream. I just didn't know. And then it dawned on me that after I had beat depression and anxiety and suicidal thoughts and stuff, I really stopped having that dream. And I guess what I deciphered from the dream was that the person that was running after me was me. I was the one with the monster truck head. But the reason I was running from myself was because I didn't like myself. I didn't like how I looked. I thought I was scary. And I kept running away from myself this entire time until I was able to sit and confront myself and realize that there is nothing wrong with me, that I am okay, and I'm okay just as I am. And once I realized that, I had stopped having that dream. I discovered self-love, and I no longer needed to run away from myself. So that was really big. Like I said, who knows what the dream actually meant? But for me, that's what I took from the dream, and I stopped having the dream. So maybe I hit it right on the money, but who really knows? Dreams are really cool. If any of you write your dreams down, if you keep a notebook or some type of way that you document your dreams, it would be cool to hear what kind of dreams you have. I like talking about it. Another thing that I did recently is that I deleted all my social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I think those are it. The big ones, at least, I deleted them. A a lot of people were wondering why, because I post a lot of inspirational and motivational self-love and self-help stuff to help people, because that's what I like to do. And out of the blue, I just deleted it. It's been like a month. It's been a month since I deleted everything, and it feels great. I haven't felt the need to go back. I haven't had any urges to see what everybody else was doing. And the reason why I deleted everything was because I found myself while watching, it was either watching an anime or watching a movie. I found myself mindlessly scrolling through social media. I'd be on Facebook just scrolling. I wouldn't be specifically looking for anything, but I would just be scrolling through while the movie's on. So I'm not even really paying attention to my movie anymore or to my anime. I'm not even really paying attention, and that really struck out to me. So around the third time of me picking my phone up, I stopped and I told myself, I said, I am not living life. I'm in my phone. I'm not watching this movie. I'm not enjoying what's in front of me right now. Excuse me. I'm not enjoying what's in front of me right now. I'm too distracted, I'm immersing myself into the lives of others, seeing what they're doing and how I didn't like it. I didn't like none of it. I didn't like it. And when I discovered that I was doing that, I said, this gotta go. And I deleted all of it. And I didn't look back. I just deleted it, deleted off my phone, all of them. They're all gone. And it's been amazing. It has been amazing. I have made more time for other things that I also like to do. I noticed that Facebook wasn't only just a distraction from watching movies or anime. Working on my comic book, it would distract me. Drawing, it would distract me. Being with friends, it would distract me. I'm always having my phone in my hand, always on social media, looking up at everything else that's going on, not really giving my full attention to what's in front of me in this moment. And I was missing the present moment. I wasn't really admiring it or anything or appreciating it. And if you know me, you know that living in the present moment is my thing. So I had to just give it up. It doesn't really click with me anymore. And I guess that the only thing that kind of sucks about not having Facebook is not being able to make statuses or anything that, people wake up and see every day and they're like, wow, man, I really needed that. It was nice to do that. But I took something away from that. Man, it must suck not being able to get on Facebook to be motivational and whatnot. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be on top of my YouTube, or I'm going to try to be on top of my YouTube as the best that I can. And I'm going to start with this video. And I'm going to just put all that energy into doing that on Facebook and whatnot to try to doing that on YouTube. So hopefully we will see more videos from me on this channel. And yeah, that's my social media. They're all gone. Let's get into the meat of this. Let's get into some of the things that I've written down that I would like to spend a little bit of time on. Give my thoughts and opinions and perspectives on it. So one thing in my journey of self-love and the journey of the self is that I realized that I did not delete all of my negative thoughts. And that is not to say that you can or can't. That is to say that when I went into this, I kind of had an idea that you could. And so when a large majority of them had vanished or not reappeared or reemerged, I thought that I had got rid of all of them. But I realized that I'm a thinker, and I like to ask questions. I like to get other people to think. And in doing so, one of the things I would ask people is, what do they think of me? Like, what is their impression of me? Not necessarily because not necessarily because I care what others think. Um, I had to ask myself, do I care what other people think? Is that where this is coming from? But it's not because I care what other people think. It's because I just am curious, I guess. I'm curious on what other people think of me, whether it be good or bad. I'm not really worried about it being good or bad. I'm just curious. And when I would ask people what they thought about me, I would be surprised that a lot of it was positive, because my brain and how I was working was that I would think that people would still have a negative idea about me. And I realized that why do I think people would think negative of me? Why do I think people would think negative of me? And that's something I've still been thinking about that. I've still been wondering and doing my little searching and wondering why. Like I said, I'm not really too worried about whether they think negative or positively about me. I'm more curious on what you think about me and why you think that about me. But it turned into me just assuming almost that it would be negative. And then I guess that goes back to, well, what do I think of myself? Do I think of myself as the negative things that I think they're thinking of? Do I think of myself that way? Like, if I think someone would think I'm an asshole, do I think I'm an asshole? But I don't think I'm an asshole. I don't think I'm rude, or I don't think I'm anything negative. And that's not to think highly of myself and think I'm better, superior to anybody. Um, I don't. I do not. And I'm just trying to figure out why I think like that. That's what. Where is that coming from? I haven't tackled it. I have not sat with this face to face yet. And when I do, you guys will know. Trust me, you'll know. Um, but yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot. Why is it that I think that other people will have a negative or bad impression of me? So there must be something about me that I'm missing that I think is bad or negative. Maybe I think people think that I'm a know-it-all, or I try to, because I don't know. I don't know, but I'm glad that I'm having this conversation out loud. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know. I don't know how to articulate my thoughts into words at this very moment about how I think of the situation. I just know that there's something I'm missing. There's something I'm overlooking about myself that I'm not really addressing. Or maybe it's not that big of a deal. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm going to still be working on it. I'm going to still work on it. Next is, I want to try being comfortable with being uncomfortable. There are a lot of situations in which I remember myself I remember myself scrambling for like an escape in certain situations where, ooh, I don't like that person, they give off a vibe, or and then I'm trying to be like, I'd rather not be around them. Or or there's a situation in which I'm in and I don't really like the situation and it's like making me feel uneasy. So because of all that, I try to get out of it. And you know what? In both of those situations, I've given up my power. And I have become powerless in both of those situations in which I'm trying to run away because it's uncomfortable, because there's something I don't like about it that's making me feel uneasy. And, now I want my power back. I want my power back. And I just thought about something else we could talk about. I got a new tattoo. I want my power back. So I've been trying to put myself, the thing is, I want to put myself in uncomfortable situations. Put myself in uncomfortable situations so that over the course of time, I learn how to be comfortable in those situations. It's a tactic that I've seen it. I watch a lot of gurus and life coach type stuff, and Buddhism and all this other stuff. So I've seen it around, and you know what? I like it. Like I said, I want my power back. I want to be stronger. I don't want to be running away from situations and people because I don't like them. I want to be able to stand there and be like, you know what? This is all right. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Yes, I want my power back. That's it. Just this. I want my power back. So I've been working on trying to get my power back. Ooh, this is a big one. Communication. This also kind of goes into one of my things that I have written down in here about social anxiety. So I'm gonna just talk about that now. I believe that the next generation and maybe generations after that are going to suffer from social anxiety. Like, it's going to be really, 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 really big. Like, not something little. I think this is going to be huge. This is one reason why I deleted social media. Another reason why I deleted social media. A lot of people don't know how to talk to people. There's a lot of miscommunication because there isn't any communication. And if it is communication, it's through electronic medium, which that's not how we understand how people said something, how they feel. It's hard to gauge how people feel and how things are said through electronic medium. Being face to face, being face to face is a better interpretation of socializing, and to me, a better way of socializing and understanding one another. Trying to talk to somebody about something important through a phone, that's not it. I've been out and about, and I've been in places where people have saw me and they don't say anything until they get to their phone and they message me once I leave or once they leave, and then they'll say something along the lines of, hey, was that you in such and such? And I'll be like, yeah. And they'll be like, oh, well, I saw you. And you didn't come to say hi to me? Like, you didn't come and say hi? And then when I say that, they're like, oh, I was shy. I didn't really know if it was you. And I get that a lot. And you probably have too. Or also when two people get into, an argument and blah, blah, blah. And, on either one side or both sides, there is, oh, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it that way. Or this, that, and the third. Or you misunderstood. It was a miscommunication. And I think, nothing's going to be like perfect in which no one argues and no one or everybody understands, or everybody knows exactly what you mean when you say and do a certain thing. No, I'm not talking about that. But the lack of, face-to-face communication, the lack of socializing with humans right in front of you or right next to you, it just spirals down into miscommunication and a lot more miscommunication and a lot more misunderstanding and misinterpretations. It just trickles down, and I really firmly believe that we are going to move into where social anxiety is the next big thing. It's going to be the next big thing. And my suggestion to all of you, or to whomever is willing, is to try practice communicating with one another face to face. No phone. Whenever you need to talk to somebody about something, face to face it. Talk to each other in person if you can. I know there's a virus, and that's limiting people to be able to be close and whatnot. So do the best you can. Improvise, even if you have to do it through, what's it called? FaceTime, or stuff like that. Uh, Communicate more. Communicate with your family, your loved ones, your friends, your significant others. Communicate more. That is my message, to communicate more. And when communicating with one another, try to your best to listen to understand and not listen to respond. When someone's telling you, don't be so ready to respond to what they have to say. Analyze what they're saying and how they're saying it, to try to understand where they're coming from, how they're feeling, because too many times we get so caught up in our response that we disregard everything that the other person said, and we kind of throw their feelings and their emotions or what they got to say just right under the rug, as if we don't really care, when that's not really what we're trying to do. But we're so eager to get out what we gotta say and how we feel about it and how we think and our perspective. We're so eager to get all that out that we kind of not really are listening to what you have to say, because you said something which triggered my mind to ask you a question, and now I'm so focused on that question. You're saying all this other stuff, and I'm not really paying attention because I need to. And now more questions are popping up because of other things you're saying. And communicate more. Communicate more. Learn how to be more social. Talk to people. Because social anxiety, I really believe that is going to become such a big thing in the future. And I'm just trying to help out. I'm just trying to make it so that we all don't get fucking hit by it. It's not hard. I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy. I know sometimes talking to people about certain topics, some of them be sensitive and whatnot, but the more you practice it, the more you learn how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You see? Talk to people more. If you take anything from this, talk to people more. Communicate. One thing that I like to really, really advocate is do what you want with your life. That's one of my big things. The two big things about me is do what you want in life and be yourself. Those are my big things that I stand by. And I say that because a large majority of my life, I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. And I wasn't being myself 100%. I was being myself in some ways, but there'd be some ways where I would be trying to be how other people wanted me to be so I could fit in, get attention. Shit like that. Fit in and get attention, because I wasn't getting those things and I wanted them, especially as a child. And so yeah, I wasn't living my life for me. And that is one of my, like, that's like the really big thing I preach. Be yourself. Do what you want. Don't do nothing that you don't want to do. I mean, I know there are things that you have to do, but even then, do what you want. This is your life. This is nobody else's life. This is yours and yours alone. So make sure with this life, you're doing what you want to do. Make sure don't watch these videos because you feel obligated to, because I'm your friend or something. Watch these videos because you want to watch the videos. That's another thing. I tell everybody, like, do what you, do it. It's, don't feel obligated. When it comes to me, I know this is kind of off topic. When it comes to me, don't feel obligated to do anything. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it. When it comes to me, only do it because you want to do it. Don't ever do anything for me because you feel obligated. And I mean, I guess you could apply that to other aspects in your life too, or for other people. It seems to me that you care more when you are genuinely doing it because you just want to, than, well, you're my friend, so I kind of feel obligated to help you out. And I'm not saying that you have to be a shitty friend or a mean friend or a rude friend because you don't want to help somebody else out, but maybe you got a lot going on. Maybe you got a lot going on, and you carrying their worries and your worries, you can't do that right now. So you might have to skip out on helping them out, right? For that one time maybe. But just make sure that you are doing what you want to do with your life, and that while doing what you want to do, you are being yourself 100%. Be yourself. There's nothing wrong with the things that you like. There's nothing wrong with the way you dress. There's nothing wrong with what you listen to, what you eat, what you watch. You are unique, and everything about you is okay. So learn how to be yourself. Learn to be comfortable with yourself. And another thing I wrote in here was being honest with yourself as well. A lot of us really are big on people not lying to us. We don't like liars, but we lie to ourselves. So we don't like when other people lie to us, but it's okay for us to lie to us. Why is that? Why is it okay for us to lie to us? I don't know. Maybe it's easier, I guess I never really thought about it this far until right now in front of this camera. But why are we so okay with lying to ourselves, but when it comes to other people lying to us, no. We don't want nothing to do with a liar. No, stay away from me. I don't like liars. I've heard people say along the lines of they hate liars. They hate liars, but then they lie to themselves. But maybe they don't know what they're telling. They don't know that what they're telling themselves is a lie. They might seem to them as the truth until later on down the line when they realize at some part of their journey that they was just lying to themselves to make themselves feel better. But in actuality, you need to be honest with yourself. That is very important. Being honest with yourself. You know, if you got a habit that you don't like, and you know that the habit is, stopping your progression as a person in your journey, then be honest. Don't say, no, it's okay, I'm doing all right. When you're actually not doing all right, and this habit, this trait, this hobby, or whatever it is that's pulling you down, no, I'm not doing all right. This isn't helping me. this isn't helping me. Me doing this, me doing that, me doing whatever. If it's not helping you, be honest with yourself. Tell yourself it's not helping you. Well, I got to do something about this. Instead of sitting there lying to yourself like, oh no, it's okay, it's something else. It's them, or it's them, or it's him or her. No, it's this or that. No, it's sometimes it's you. Sometimes it is you. And sometimes we need that wake-up call. So listen, be honest with yourself, man. It'll go a long way. It'll probably go longer than someone you being so hard on somebody else when because you want them to be honest for you to you. Be honest with yourself. It'll go a long way. Let's see here. So another thing that I've been doing lately is I've been trying to think of a lot of things outside of my perspective of how I already think. So, for example, a couple days ago, I was sitting over at my friend's house and I just started to look at the house. And I'm like, man, we should be grateful we have things like these, because there are literally some people who literally do not have things like this. Like a bed, this coat, windbreaker, this notebook to write things in. Some people don't have this shit. A blanket, clothes, food. Some people don't have it. And then, so what I try to do now is I try to imagine myself as the person or the other side of the perspective. I try to imagine myself like, so I'm in the grocery store. Now I'm thinking about myself as the people behind the counters, the ones working. What are they going through? What are they thinking about? How's their day going? I've been trying to put myself in a lot of other people's shoes so I can try to understand and treat them with compassion and love instead of only looking from my perspective. This isn't really a, negative one per se, but, or nor is it a positive one, it's just a perspective. I've just been looking at everything else so that I could see it from something else or someone else's view or perspective. I've been asking a lot of people, how's that make you feel? What's that like to you? Like, how was that experience? I like people to tell me the same story. Me and you've been in a place. I'll tell you my side, how I saw it, how I felt during it. Tell me how you felt during that. What was it like for you going through the same experience that we were both there, but it was two different experiences? So tell me your side. Let's hear that. That's the type of stuff I've been doing. And it has been fantastic. It has been amazing. I've been able to just sit back and just be humble. And it's starting to make me love life even more than I already did, because one, appreciation. I start appreciating a lot of things more. Not that I didn't already, but even more now. That I'm like, whoa, man, my senses, my sight isn't even the best. There's some people who have no sight. There's some people who can't feel things. There's some people who can't hear. And I don't know. It has been humbling. It has been amazing. It has been so fulfilling and beautiful that to just see how other people are dealing with things and going through things, their perspectives, and it's just making me love the aspect of life and all of its aspects. Evolution, how things were to how they are now. So like cell phones, clothes, food, education, electronics, TV shows, all of it. Houses, how they were built, all of it. I've just been looking at a lot of different things, a lot of different aspects about life, and I I love it all. Life is, for me, amazing, and I haven't loved it this much in, I don't know if I ever loved life as much as I love it now. I mean, when I beat depression and stuff, I definitely started to love life. I definitely did. And that was more than I ever loved life at that moment. At that point in time, I used to hate everything. And now, it's so amazing. So many different aspects. Animals. Like, I think about Elisha Thornberry off of the Wild Thornberries, and lately I've just been thinking, like, man, I wish I was her. Or not necessarily like wish I was her, but like, wouldn't it have been cool to be like that? Like, to be able to understand and talk to these animals and see their perspective of things and how their psyche is set up. Wow, I don't know. I don't know, man. All that, I like to think about different things. Uh, I like to think and wonder about different things. Um, let's see here. Oh, so this will probably be the last topic. Yeah, this will probably be the last topic for today. But I've been asking a lot of people, what do they think of themselves? Um, I don't know. I've been thinking about like resumes and stuff where you have to sit there and kind of not necessarily lie and not necessarily boast about yourself, but you kind of put yourself on this like you're this greatest thing, and I don't really like doing that. I'm just Dijon, however you think I am. I mean, I think I'm creative. I think I'm funny. I think I'm determined to an extent. I'm not about to sit here and say I'm the most determined person, because if that was the case, oh man, I'd have an actual camera, studio lights, and computer editing software. So I can't sit here and say I'm like the most determined person in the world, because no. Um, but I like to hear what people think about themselves, and believe it or not, a lot of the shit is negative. Uh, I haven't. I asked this one girl what does she think about herself, and I don't want to say it was sad. Interesting, but also I was curious because, I mean, obviously people have their own shit that goes on in their lives, but I wanted to see why. Where did this come from? Why is it that you look at yourself in that light? Why is it that you look at yourself in such a negative standpoint or a viewpoint? And I just couldn't figure it out for myself, because I'm not her. It's her journey, not mine. I have to make sense of my own, and no one else has to make sense of my journey, and she had to make sense of her journey. But I kind of wanted to see what got her to that point. Like, what got you to thinking of yourself in such a lackluster, such a poor way? And I don't know. It's interesting what people have to say about themselves. Start asking people around you, what do they think of themselves? Like, if they had to describe themselves, describe yourself to me. In the comments, describe yourself to me. What do you think of yourself? What do you think of yourself? It is very interesting what people may say. There's definitely going to be some positive. There's definitely going to be some negative. But even for the positive, what made you get to that point? Why do you think so? Whatever of yourself. Like, tell me how we got to this point. Did you always think that way? Is this new? Did you discover something about yourself that you're like, wow, I've really been sitting here paying attention to myself, And I started to find out that I'm a really good talker, or or a really good listener, and or whatever the case may be. Um, I've just been doing a lot of journeying, or a lot of journeying. I mean, I guess I could say that. A lot of journeying. Probably not even a word. Who fucking knows? I just been paying attention to life and what it has to what my life, what I'm doing in my life, the people in my life, where I'm at in my life. I've just been paying attention to life, to the present moment, and I just thought that I'd share it with you guys. So if you like videos like this, like and comment down below and let me know. If you like videos like this, I'll do more. Because to be honest, all I keep hearing is that I should do podcasts. That wouldn't take away from my videos that I posted before, like the self-help videos. It wouldn't take away from those, but a different little avenue for myself. So, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. If you like this type of video, let me know. And I might get somebody else on here with me to talk. So, yeah, just let me know how you guys are feeling. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And stay aware and be yourself. Communicate more. Do what you want. And live it up. Live it up. Live it up. It's short. It is short. Oh, last but not least, I talked about a tattoo in the beginning. I have got this hand tattoo. I don't know if you guys can see it. Who knows? But the meaning of this tattoo is, it's my favorite tattoo. I know they say that, your newest tattoo is your favorite tattoo. Yeah, it's not always like that for me, but for this tattoo, this one means, to me, all the different colors are different people's perspectives and different people's ideas. And I just look at everybody else, whenever they say stuff, I just look at it that everybody has a little bit of the truth. So I don't disregard anybody. I don't disregard anything that anybody says, because everybody has a little bit of the truth. And I take it all in. That, hey, you don't know it all, but you know something. You know something, and that's a part of something. So, I really like it. I really like this tattoo. It's my favorite. But, like I said, be yourself, love yourself, do what you want, communicate more, and be humble and live it up. Until next time, peace.